everybody, all these major talking heads are saying that Floyd Landis is a liar. He's guilty. He's the one who used this excessive testosterone. I just don't buy this. I mean, why don't we believe Floyd Landis here? Because you got to realize what we're talking about here. We're talking about not just a cyclist, but a Mennonite cyclist. I mean, if there's ever going to be a cyclist that's going to tell the truth and not cheat, it's going to be a Mennonite. I mean, come on, these are peaceful people. They're distant relatives, I think, to the Amish, aren't they? I don't know. I mean, it's a similar religion.
Yeah,
they both, churn butter and make cabinets, so it's close enough for me. But the fact that this guy is coming out and saying, I didn't do it, they messed with my sample, and nobody is giving him, a lick of, what's the word I'm trying to think of?
Respect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Nobody's believing this guy. And I can't figure out why, because let's break this down very simply. Where did this race take place?
In France.
France. What do the French not like? Americans.
Americans, yeah.
And especially because we dominated their race the last, 7 years with Lance Armstrong. So is it that far-fetched that, some Frenchie wouldn't mess with Floyd Landis' sample and say, hey, I'm going to get back at those darned Americans? I mean, I don't think they sound like pirates and all, but I'm pretty sure that's not too outlandish of a thought.
Yeah, these are the same people that spit on the cyclists as they ride by, aren't they?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, I mean, let's look at this, too. I mean, come on. Floyd Landis, his mom is a nut. She's a Mennonite nut.
She looks like she came straight out of that movie Kingpin. I'm telling you.
I think she probably did. And I just cannot call a Mennonite a liar. Okay? Now, maybe they'll fudge a little bit and, use cell phones and occasionally, ride on a motor scooter when they're not allowed to. They might be cheaters in that sense. They might cheat the religion a little bit. But they're not going to cheat by using more testosterone, are they? I don't believe it. Yeah. I'm going to take the Mennonite's word over the Frenchie's word any day, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, it only makes sense. I mean, this is the French we're talking about. And, Floyd Landis, this whole story concerning him, it's I'm just surprised that the Mennonite community is not coming back to, back Floyd Landis here. I mean, normally, when famous Mennonites would, exist, because there are none. Yeah. But this guy might be the first. You think that they would actually say, oh, this is a good opportunity to spread the word about, Mennonite life. Yeah. But instead, they're just taking a back seat and not doing anything. So I think the Mennonites are dropping the ball on this.
Yeah, I would say the one thing that I've learned from this whole ordeal is that the Mennonites are really not that good at spin control.
No, they're not. They're not very good at spin control. And for whatever reason, they're all have the same last name. Everybody is a Yoder. Okay, I bet you any money that Floyd Landis is some way related to somebody with the last name Yoder. And I don't know if it's major inbreeding among the Mennonite population or what, but everybody's got that last name. And it's not like, when you go to India and there's a gazillion Patels.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little bit different. There aren't that many Mennonites out there.
Yeah.
But they're all Yoders. I can't figure it out.
I can't either. It's almost like cracking the phone book and looking for all the Smiths or all the Andersons.
Yeah, but it's not as bad, though. Because
well, within their community it is.
Well, that's what I'm saying is they're all Mennonites.
Yeah.
You know how many millions of people there are? I mean, there should be a lot of Smiths and Andersons out there. But, here's the other thing I can't figure out. How come it took us so long to finally have a successful Mennonite cyclist? I mean, let's face it, they're not driving cars around. What do? They cycle and they put,
They raise barns.
Yeah, well, they raise barns, and when they cycle half the time, they've got a trailer of tools behind them.
Yeah.
So going up the Alps should be nothing for these guys. I mean, I'm just shocked that it took us so long to finally have a Mennonite be a successful cyclist.